Hello everyone and welcome back to our summer snacking video series. This week is all about farm animals, and what better farm animal is there than a horse? So we have little horse cookies for us to make together. I already prepped 4, and what's great about this snack is that you can make multiples at a time very simply. So what you'll need is a Tootsie Roll. I just brought a couple extra just in case. Some edible eyes, 2 for each horse that you're doing. I'm doing 4 today, so I need 8 eyes. And then 4 mini size Nilla wafers. Some icing. I want to put it in a piping bag to help get the icing on there better. And then a bowl of icing with a spoon. And then we may need a toothpick, so I brought that as well. And lastly, you'll need the pull and peel Twizzlers, the ones that come apart for you. So these have the multiple strings of, the pull and peel. Yeah, kind of like that. They don't keep falling apart on me. Okay, so the first thing you'll do, that I like to do, is to put the horse's nose, which is the Nilla wafer, onto the Milano cookie. Yes, we do need Milano cookies as well. I'm using the raspberry flavored, but you can use any flavor that you particularly like, or if you're making it for a group, what they like. So we are going to attach our wafer with icing, using icing as the glue. I have found that icing works really well as an adhesive glue for pretty much any kind of edible craft that you're making. So I'm gonna put not a lot on there, but you do want enough that it's gonna stick onto your cookie well enough there. So you're gonna do each wafer that you're doing. Like I said, you can do multiple at a time, which is good. If you're making it for a party, or I saw that sometimes people make these cookies for Churchill Downs, Kentucky Derby horse racing, because it has horses in it, of course. And I just thought that was pretty interesting, that you can do so many at a time successfully. And it's not too hard to do, so it can be a group activity too. So if you wanted to make one of these for a party, a birthday party, get-togethers, that kind of thing, that's pretty fun to do. There's that one, and then I have one more. And I'm using a spoon, but I'm realizing that, maybe a knife could work, like a butter knife, something like that. That might work too, because it doesn't have that curve inside the spoon. Alright, noses are on. Alright, and then the next best thing to do is put on the bridle of the saddle, which is the licorice string that goes around the horse's face. So if I can successfully get one of these, or maybe a couple of these off without breaking it, that would be fantastic. Alright. Yay! I'm gonna put that right there. And you don't really need a whole string for one. All you really need is however much it takes to get around the cookie. So I put it around the front of the cookie first, and then you want to make sure your nose stays on there okay. And then while you're on the back, I found the best way to do this is just to loop it around like you're tying a shoelace. And then I cut off, tear the extra on your bridle. Yeah. And you can move it around a little bit too, once you do have that piece on there. So again, you're going to repeat this for each of your horses that you're doing. And of course, the more horses that you're making, the more strings you'll need. Oh, that's not even at all. It's okay. I really just want to get it on there first. That's really what my goal is. And then I can adjust it as it needs to be adjusted. All right, and there's that. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna eat these anyway. So I don't, it doesn't need to be exact unless you like it that way, which you are more than welcome to try. You're probably gonna be better at it than I am. But again, you're gonna turn it around. And then, oh, I always like to do it on this side. And then there we go. And I'm gonna move it down just a hair there. Oh, see? That might be what happens if I don't tie it all the way, which is fine because nothing's glued down. It's always, almost anything is fixable. No real stress there. Okay. And then my last one, I have to peel off a little bit more. So I ended up using, the way that I'm folding them, I'm using one per horse. So like one of these big ones ends up being the same as, I think it has like 9 strings in it. So you could probably do 9 horses with one Twizzler big piece pull and peel. And what's cool is you can probably find licorice strings in different colors. So there's always that, and use the rest for more decoration. Okay. And then we're gonna attach the eyes. I'm gonna use this right here. This might be the easiest way to do this. And we're just gonna attach our eyes there. 1, 2. Eyes are very interesting pieces of this horse. I enjoy the horse having 2 eyes, but if you really want to make it with 1 eye or multiple eyes, more than a normal horse, it's your horse, it's your craft, your snack. So you do it however you feel would be the most interesting for you. And there we go. All right. And then we want an extra little, they have the horse hairs at the top of their face. So I'm just gonna go like this. Just in the center. There we go. And then the last thing we need are horse ears, so that's what the Tootsie Roll is for. And I think we are only going to need 1 because these are going to be very tiny ears. So I'm going to make little triangles out of the Tootsie Roll for the ears. I might make it smaller than that. So some horses have big ears and some have smaller ears. So if you want to play around with the size of the ears, you can. I did with my other ones that I made. And I'm going to dip it a little bit in the icing so that the ears will stay on a little bit better. than without. Yeah. And then this is always the interesting part about how you're gonna make it into a triangle. There is some kind of trial and error with it, but eventually, I'm gonna move this a little bit so I can get it on there. Okay, and then do the same thing on each of your horses. That one doesn't stay on very well. And what's also good to know about this is you can put it in the fridge for a little bit to help settle the icing of the horse, so that when you are ready to serve it, it'll be a little bit more stable. And that's an optional thing. You don't necessarily have to do that. Because if you really just want to get into those cookies, that is totally fine. Yeah, I think this will be, you know, these two smaller pieces might just be enough for one horse, and then I'll have that other one left. But I think you got the idea. And some people like to put little smiley faces or facial expressions on their horse. And you could do that on the nose of the horse. You know, you can make them smile or look super excited, or, you know, even sad. Maybe they lost the horse race and they were very sad about it. I don't know. It's entirely possible. There we go. A little bit of icing in there. But yeah, this was pretty fun. I enjoyed doing this particular snack. It's one of my favorites that we have this year, because I just love, you know, farm animals in general. I just love chickens, goats, ducks. But, you know, horses are a special creature for sure. And I hope you really enjoyed getting to see this one. And if it looks pretty fun, I would definitely say try it. You'll definitely have a fun time making them. So thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for next week's. Bye.